Welcome back everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to create acrylic nails. Everybody's been asking, well not everybody, like, because that's a bit of an exaggeration, but we've had lots of people who just want to know how to do, you know, your generic, I want to say bog standard, but that's not really what it is. You know, just a normal set, salon style acrylic nails. So we've got Andrea in today and we're going to do that right now. So let's get cracking. Going to wipe over with the clean up solution. So we've already prepped these nails. We have a video dedicated to prep. Check it out. Not right now, after this. Okay? It'll be somewhere. Maybe here. Maybe here.
Yeah, that side here.
This side here, somewhere. Save it for later. Right, so we're going to sculpt out acrylic nails today. Now, I started my life as a nail technician when I was 17, and all I did was acrylic nails. I used an electric file that was very big, very heavy, had a big thick metal cord. It was like a dentist drill from back in the day. I think it came on the boat, you know, that one called the Ark. I think it did come on that. So, you know, I have grown to love acrylic because that's all I kind of ever knew at first. And then, you know, we did gel and we did fiberglass nails, but acrylic for me, it's the best. Just saying. I love the other systems. You know, my second sort of favourite would be gel, but I just love acrylic, so I'm going to show you how to do an acrylic set of nails, salon style. So we're going with a modern almond, which has a nice side wall to it. Just open the back here, so we just need to raise the form a little bit, kind of getting it as straight as we can when we look at the side view. So we want it straight here, and also when we look at the side view, we want it quite nice and straight. This is going to give you a nice little C curve. We're going to close down here because we want the nail to narrow, but we still want a nice side wall. So side wall comes across here, and then it just kicks up at the end. It kind of like scoops up at the end, does a modern almond. So I'm going to put all the forms onto the fingers, not the thumb. I'm going to do the thumb last because I don't want it to get knocked, i.e. I don't want the forms to get knocked. Let's turn the hand over and let's check the forms are nice and straight. So they are straight with the finger. Let's check the side view. Straight, 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 straight. Oh, I'll tell you what. So we're using the A&A glitter. They do glitter, but that's not what we're using. We're using the A&A acrylic system today. So we've got a dehydrator and a primer. We're going to whack those on. So your dehydrator goes on before your primer. Some people get that confused when they're new to doing nails. So you want you to dehydrate, and this is just going to dehydrate the nail, get rid of any excess oils that we don't need at this moment in time. It is a temporary dehydration. Always remember that. And then we're going to go in with a primer. This is an acid-free primer, and you can get acid-based primers and acid-free primers. You'll find that an acid-based primer it'll smell a little bit weird, I always think. But if you have somebody that has problematic nails and their product seems to lift all the time, then try an acid primer and see how you get on. So this one is an acid free, and I don't know why, but normally with an acid free you tend to have like a sticky layer that's left behind, and this doesn't seem to have one. Don't know why, so I'm going to go with one more coat. So I've got two colours here, and I want you to help me to pick. Oh, it's not live. I forget sometimes. Yeah, so these colours, we've got Bear It All and Cover Me Up. You can help me pick, Andrea.
Okay.
See which one you like, which is your favourite. So these are Cover Pink powders. We'll pop it on there so you can see.
I like that one.
You like that? Mm-hmm. And then, let's look at this one. So what's that? Bear It All, Cover Me Up. Let's have a look. You tell me which one you like and I'll tell you which one you're having.
I know which one you've picked. You've picked that one.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think that's
I
too
actually
dark.
Yeah, it is too dark. Yeah.
It's too dark.
It is too dark.
It's nice, but it's too for you. It's too dark.
Yeah, I think if it stayed the same colour as it is in the,
Yeah, it
it
does.
would have been alright.
It is a lot darker.
It's a lot darker.
More beige, that
Yeah.
isn't it?
So you always have to check this, because when you hit the powder with your monomer, with your liquid, it will change slightly. So it's really important to sort of test that out. Do a little swatch so you can see the true colour of it. Never just go in blind and just think, oh, we'll use this one, whack it on. You want to test that colour out and see what suits. If you have any pigment that's sitting on the top, so when you knock the powder like this, and you can see little particles of pink or beige that are quite heavy. Can you see here? You can see these little particles.
Okay.
So you can see those particles of pigment here. And a little bit of fluff there. When that happens, when you have a powder and you shake it, and it comes on a wagon or a van, it's going to have constant vibrations. And what will happen is the larger particles will then rise to the top. The smaller ones will go to the bottom. So when you get your powder, not every brand will be like this. We work with lots of different brands. But I want you to look at your powder, and if you see this, or you've seen it before and you're like, what is that? So it's the coloured pigment. So what you need to do is give your powder a really good stir. And once you've stirred it, you really shouldn't have to do it again, because, it's not going to go back on, it's not going to go back into any transportation. It's just going to be on your side, or it's going to be in your drawer.
So the heavier elements go to the bottom?
No. The larger particles go to the top. The smaller ones sift through to the bottom.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense, does it, in your head? You think the larger ones would be more dense.
Yeah, there's certain things where you shake it and all of the bigger things will come to the top.
If you get like a glitter mix it's got like 3 or 4 or 5 different glitters in, if you shake it, the larger particles will work their way to the top. So this is something that you want to get done. But it doesn't, it doesn't happen with every brand. It doesn't happen with every colour. But if it does happen, this is how to fix it. Take a spatula, give it a really good mix around. If you don't do this, then you'll have a lot of marbleization when you pick up your bead. So I'm going to go in to my liquid. I'm going to burp the brush. And by burping the brush, I mean saturating the brush. And as you do that, little bubbles will appear to the top. So if we clean this off again and watch closely. See the bubbles?
Yeah.
The bubbles, they come. And you're going to do that till the bubbles are gone. If you don't, then the bubbles will feed their way into the acrylic. So when you've loaded your brush, I'm just going to gently slide my brush up the dish, and I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to go into the powder at roughly a 45-degree angle. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Check the bead. Is it too wet? Is it too dry? Looks kind of fine. And that's what you want to do You want to go, is it too wet? Is it too dry? If it looks too wet, don't use it. If it looks too dry, don't use it. You want to be able to kind of use it so you can pattern press it and pattern press it into the position that you want. And you're going to use your brush to guide the product where you want it. I've gone adventurous with the length again.
I was just about to say.
I can't help it. I just want you to have long nails, Andrea.
Well, when I go on holiday, you can do them as long as you like.
When's that?
Soon.
When?
Well, as soon as I can get back in Italy, I'll be gone. Couple of weeks, I would imagine. 3-4 weeks. Maybe next time.
Oh, that'll be good. So 1, 2, 3. Check your bead. Is it good? Yeah, it's fine. And I'm doing a 3 bead application here just to kind of show you in a little bit more detail. And I'm worked from the tip, haven't I, down. Then down the nail. I mean, I can see little pigment particles. 1, 2, 3. Higher angle to get a smaller bead. Tipping the finger down, pull the product down, slide it down. I'm going to go through that process again and just explain other little things. So, we burp the brush, we drag the brush, we go in with the wet side down, 45-degree angle. 1, 2, 3. Check the bead. Is it okay? Place the bead. We're placing it at the tip. We're making contact with the natural nail. Pat, pat, pat. Look at the angle of my brush. I've gone quite low with the angle of my brush. I want to make sure that the sides have enough product. And this is where you're going to start to create the shape. So start creating the shape with your brush. Nice straight sides. Straight, and then we kick up because we're doing a modern almond. Now once I've got that on there, I'm just going to knit back to here and just check. Do I need to pinch? Not just yet. So we're going to go 45-degree angle again. Pop it on. Now lifting the finger up, it doesn't need to be tipped down. Pull, pull, pull. You can feather back as well. After I've done that bead, I'm going to jump back to the first one. Can I pinch it? Not just yet. It's still a bit bouncy. Then we're going to high angle, 1, 2, 3. Pick up your bead. One side to the other. And the next side. Make sure your finger's picked up. It doesn't need to be pointing down. And then you can bring that down. And you'll notice that we have more product here to create that apex. So this is the apex here, side angle. Yeah. So you can see apex, and then it goes kind of straight out. I'm going to jump back to this one. Can we pinch it yet? Nearly, nearly. Next one. Burp the brush. Drag the brush. Turn it over. 1, 2, 3. 45-degree angle. Place it on. Make contact with the natural nail. You can sweep back to make that contact. Then you're going to use the sides of the brush and the belly of the brush to pattern press, guide it, guide it, guide, 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 and press it where you want it, keeping the brush nice and paddled when we do this. Get the shape nice. Check that first nail. Can we pinch? Yes, we can. Pinching on. So we've got a pinching tool. Now the pinching tool will pinch the sides of the nail. So the sides of the nail, from where the nail finishes and that extension starts, that's the area. You know, you don't need to like get the pinching tool right at the back here. It's going to pinch here. So it'll pinch it and it'll make it a little bit narrower. So it'll just give it a nice curl. Not curl, a curve. Give it some sexy curves. That's what it's all about, sexy curves. So now I'm going to go second bead, 1, 2, 3, 45-degree angle, place it on, and then I notice between the beads I clean my brush. I clean my brush because I'm reshaping it. The purpose of me wiping that brush is to reshape it and rid it from any excess product. So now, higher angle, 1, 2, 3, finger pointing down, do the cuticle, side to side, drag it down. Now by tipping the finger down, that's going to draw the product away from the cuticle because you don't want to flood the cuticle. Can I pinch? See, after every bead I am checking. I can pinch. Oh, and she felt that one.
Whenever I see you put the tool on, I always quickly look at the model's face, and I didn't even need to look at Andrea's face there.
It was the...
Because from my peripherals, I saw the jolt.
Sorry, Andrea.
It's okay. See, Faye loves
And she
it,
reckons
doesn't she?
she's hard, you know what I mean?
I know,
For hardy
yeah.
people.
I know.
You know,
Yeah.
it's hard enough.
Super sensitive fingers.
Yeah, Faye loves a good... Oh, she likes the feel of it.
The
Yeah.
pressure. I think it's because sometimes it might just feel a bit sharp, and then other
Yeah.
times it feels tight
Oh,
grip.
nice.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
Yeah. Right, so I'm going to repeat that again. Smaller finger now. So I'm going to go slightly higher angle as I go into my powder. We're going to make contact just like we did before. Notice the angle of the brush. It's quite flat when I want to stretch product. It's a nice shape. It's not got like acrylic all stuck in it and it's all frayed. It's a nice shape. The reason it's a nice shape is because we keep shaping it on our paper towel. Next bead. I just want to check this. Yeah, needs pinching. Let's go for it. Pop him on. And we know when it needs pinching because it feels like a bouncy ball. A rubber bouncy ball. If it feels like a rubber bouncy ball, like a squash ball, do they even have that in other countries? Is that a thing? Squash?
Don't they call it racquetball?
I think so, yeah.
Racquetball.
I think so in America. I'm not sure. In Canada,
That kind, yeah, that kind of bounce, because it's quite firm, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a firm bounce.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of consistency, pressure, whatever. You know what I mean? Right, high angle. Super high angle that was, wasn't it? Because it's a small bead and it's a small finger. Big beads can be problematic on a little finger because you'll have less control. And then, now we've done that, we're going to monitor this for pinch, yeah? But we're also going to move on to the thumb now. So we can take these sculpting forms off now. So we're going to open here, but we don't pull from here forward. We loosen it off and then we pull down and then towards you. So pull here, loosen off, down, and then towards you. And we loosen here, give it a wiggle, down and off. And peel it off like a bad stick. You know, like, you get on a Christmas card or a birthday card and the sticker's on the back and you're like, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Peel the sticker off, give it a wiggle, pull it down. And there you are. Right, so I've got a 150 grit file. And I'm going to go up the side walls with that file. So I've got 150 on one side, and then on the other side I have a 240. So let's go around the cuticle with that 240.
I didn't realise that was a reusable thingy one, that one.
Did you not?
No.
Yeah, It's a reusable metal centerboard and disposable
I didn't think it was.
acrylic files. Did it not look like one to
No,
you?
it just looked so sort of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks like one of these. So this is our, I'll say like our original files, you know, your generic files that you get, and then this is the one with the metal centerboard. So you buy the metal centerboard and then you get replaceable sand files. Yeah, words, they escape me. But can you see the difference? One is thinner than the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are good, don't get me wrong, but if you want something that's replaceable and, you know, a bit more efficient being clean and things like that, then yes, you can use something like this. And we sell them in packs, don't we, as well? We sell like a kit and everything, so. I'm just going to file up the sides now. I know I say up the sides, not these sides, the sort of sides of the top surface of the nail. Let's do the free edge. And then I'm going to come across the top, but notice that I do not come here. I'm literally marrying those little flat sides that we filed together, and it'll all become one continuous curve across the top of the nail. Check down the barrel, check that your thickness is even when you look down that barrel of the nail. You want it to that even. Oh my God! You want that thickness to be nice and even. Even Steven. And then if you only want to just take off a little smidge, you can flip back to that 240 grit file. So the higher the number of that's on your files, the softer it is. The lower the number, the more coarse it is. I'm just going to dust over that just so I can see what's happening. And then I'm going to buff that. By buffing it, you make everything even more streamlined. You remove, or you know, you limit those demarcations that are there. You get a smoother finish. And you can also just soften the tip, because we're doing a modern almond, which has a nice straight side wall like this. And then it softly scoops up. So if you look over the top at that sort of plan view, you can see that it looks like an almond. So we're going to do that on all the nails. So let's wipe over. Now we've filed and buffed. We're going to wipe over with the clean up solution. Get rid of any trace of dust. And by doing this, it's going to allow you to have a nice clean platform to either you can put gel polish on, or top coat, or a bit of artwork, whatever you want. It is really important to clean those nails after. You can even, if you hopefully have the capacity or facility, that's the right word, facility, get your client to wash your hands, because then every bit of dust will be washed away down the drain. And I think paper towels are the best for wiping your hands and clean, you know, drying them off. Or a Dyson hairdryer. Or just one of them.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Do you know them hand dryers?
They're minging.
I like them because it's like a blade of air,
Yeah, but
isn't
they're
it?
disgusting. Have you seen the water that's in the bottom of them?
Well, I don't touch the thing.
Yeah, but it blows up.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you what I like. When you go down and if you tilt your fingers like that, it blows all under your nails and really blows out any crap from under your nails. It's great.
You're creepy.
I love it. So this is the finished result. So I, at this point, would put gel polish on, or a design, like I said before, and then I would put the cuticle oil on. So for now, we're just going to put some cuticle oil on just to finish. Because don't forget, the cuticles that Andrea has, you only have to breathe on them and they start to disintegrate.
Do you know what? I was just about to give you a medal because you've made that through that whole video without any blood.
Yeah, no.
Not sure if that's true, but hopefully it is. Did it sting any?
No,
sting
nothing at all.
Good, yeah. Fabulous. So they are. Now, that is how to do salon friendly nails, nice and quick, how to pick a bead up and all that. I hope you've enjoyed it. Everything we used today will be listed below. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Instagram because we put pictures and videos and reels and TikToks and all the social media, different platforms. It's hard to keep up, let me tell you. But we do. We try as best anyway. But yeah, so if you want shorter videos, then go to Facebook, Kirsty Meakin Nails.
Nail artist.
Kirsty Meakin Nail Artist. And
Kirsty Meakin on Instagram.
yeah, Kirsty Meakin on Instagram.
And is it Kirsty Meakin Nail Queen on
Cassidy
TikTok?
made me TikTok. It might say that. I think it just says Kirsty Meakin. Do you know what? I'll just double check. It's just Kirsty Meakin.
All right, okay.
I think I must have changed it because I was like, that's a bit...
Oh, that might be Snapchat, I don't know.
Oh, maybe. No, I think it's Kirsty Nails on Snapchat. I do not use Snapchat. Do not send me any Snapchats. I do not use Snapchat because Snapchat is the devil. People send rude things on Snapchat and I don't agree with it. I don't agree.
Anyway.
No.
I went on it once and I haven't a clue
What you were doing?
Yeah.
I wouldn't bother.
No.
Stick to TikTok and
Just punch
Instagram
people,
and
Andrea.
Facebook.
Just punch people.
Yeah.
That's what they
TikTok's-
deserve anyway.
But TikTok's terrible. You'll start looking and then before you know it, you've missed a week.
Yeah, I do that
Yeah, you're like...
quite often.
Yeah.
I go on it because I think, oh, I need to upload this, and then
You start watching.
start watching, and I'm like, hours later, I think, oh, I was actually supposed to be putting my own content. But yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next video. Ta-da! That was for you.